You know, in this remote work world we're all living in, your firewall, it's everything. It's the absolute lifeline of your business. So what happens when that lifeline just breaks, when it gets a critical bug? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dig into today. A pretty nasty Palo Alto vulnerability that did just that. Just picture it for a second. It's a normal Tuesday morning, your whole remote team is online, they're productive, everything's humming along, and then, bam, everyone's offline. The phones start ringing off the hook. It is an absolute nightmare scenario for any IT department, and honestly, this is exactly what this vulnerability was built to do. And what follows is just total chaos. This isn't some small technical glitch, you know? We're talking dropped VPN sessions for everyone. You've got frustrated employees who literally can't do their jobs, and your help desk, oh, they are completely swamped, just drowning in tickets. That's the real-world impact we're dealing with here. Okay, so to really get our heads around what broke, we first got to understand how this thing is supposed to work, right? Let's do a quick run-through of the normal happy path for traffic flowing through Palo Alto's Global Protect system. All right, so step one. It all starts when your remote user needs to get into the network. Their first stop is the Global Protect portal. You can just think of this as the secure front door, where they show their ID to get in. Pretty straightforward. So once that portal says, yep, you're good to go, it passes them over to the gateway. And the gateway, that's the bouncer that actually opens the rope and lets them into the secure company network. It's this clean, two-step dance that's designed to keep everything running smooth and safe. But, of course, there's a catch. A specific flaw came along and threw a giant wrench right into those gears. This is where our nice, neat story takes a bit of a dark turn. Let's meet the villain of the piece, the bug that can bring this whole system grinding to a halt. So what kind of attack are we talking about here? It's called a denial of service, or DOS for short. And the goal here is super simple and honestly pretty brutal. It's not about stealing your data. Nope. It's just about flipping the off switch on your network, making it completely useless to the very people who need it. And here it is, the culprit. The bug itself was hiding in PAN-OS. That's the brain, the operating system that runs these Palo Alto firewalls. And it specifically targeted the Global Protect Remote Access VPN. Yeah, the exact system that millions of people rely on to work from home. Okay, so here's the million-dollar question. How does an attacker actually use this flaw to kick everybody off the network? Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the anatomy of the attack, and see exactly how they pull this off. Now, this is the part that should really give you chills. The attacker doesn't need a username. They don't need a password. They don't need anything. They can trigger this crash from anywhere in the world, completely anonymously. That's what makes this so incredibly dangerous. So here's the how in a nutshell. Think about it like this. On one hand, you've got a normal, legit request. The firewall sees it, understands it, and processes it. No problem. But what the attacker does is send a specially crafted, malformed request. It's basically gibberish that the system doesn't know how to handle. It's like sending a computer a command it's never seen before. Its circuits just get fried trying to figure it out. It gets overwhelmed, and poof, it crashes. And the end result? It's exactly what the bad guy wanted. Your firewall, your digital front gate, is down for the count. And just to hammer this point home, this all happens without any login required. That makes it ridiculously easy to automate and just do it over and over again. Look, this is way bigger than just a tech headache. This is a massive business problem. When you're down, customers can't get to you, your sales team can't sell, and yeah, your data could be left vulnerable while everything's offline. Plus, think about the IT team trying to fix it. It's a total nightmare to figure out what's going on. Is this a weird bug? Did someone mess up a setting? Or are we actively under attack right now? Okay, that's enough doom and gloom. Let's talk solutions. The good news is, Palo Alto Networks jumped on this fast and pushed out a fix. So let's walk through the exact steps you need to take to lock your network down. So the patch for this bug actually rolled out back in mid-January 2026. And for a lot of folks using the cloud-based versions, this was great news because they were probably patched automatically without you having to lift a finger. But, and this is a really important but, if you're running your own firewall on-premise or you have certain Prisma Access setups, you were not automatically updated. That means you have to go in and apply this patch yourself, manually. So what do? Here's your 4-step action plan. Step 1, Log into your console and check your PanOS version. See if you're on a patched version. If not, you're a sitting duck. Step 2. Apply that official security patch, like right now. Step 3. If for some crazy reason you can't patch immediately, you should seriously think about just disabling Global Protect for a little while. And step 4, always a good idea, make sure you have monitoring in place that can flag any attempts to exploit this thing. Okay, so patching this one bug is obviously super important, but we can't just stop there. This whole situation is a really good reminder, a teachable moment about our bigger security strategy. So what are the big lessons here? First, and this one is huge, even the biggest, most trusted vendors can and will ship critical bugs. It doesn't mean they're a bad company, it's just the reality of software today. Things are so complex and everyone's trying to release new features fast. Bugs are going to happen, which leads directly to point 2. Regular patching is not optional. It's non-negotiable. You have to do it. Third, proactive monitoring, that's not a nice to have, it's a must-have. You need to be able to spot weird stuff before it becomes a catastrophe. And finally, let's not forget the human element. A strong, empowered IT support team is and always will be your best line of defense. So let's wrap this up. Look, patching this specific Palo Alto bug is great. It protects your network today. But the real question you need to be asking yourself is bigger than just one patch. Your firewall might be fixed, but is your strategy ready for whatever tomorrow throws at you?